来，告诉你一个好事情，去杭州可以上班玩游戏的机会
啊！我在哪不是上班玩游戏啊？
哎，那不一样的，这回去的是我童年的偶像，老暴雪的创始人麦克莫汉推出的新游戏。他是谁你知道不？曾经缔造了《魔兽世界》《守望先锋》等游戏，更是星际和暗黑破坏神的幕后功臣啊！真正意义上打出了暴雪出品必属精品标识的男人。离职前坚持让风暴英雄持续更新的默默的付出者，哪怕离职了也要在暴雪世界里面留下自己的身影，引导玩家。如今啊，已经60多岁了，依旧活跃在游戏产业第一线。这次推出的游戏更是带有老暴雪风味的太空飞船射击游戏。
你是说太空？
没错，在这个游戏里面，你可以同时体验到魔兽的人物设计、守望先锋的设计手感、星际争霸的宏大世界观。
你是说我可以扮演太空战士，能开太空飞船了？
重点是这个吗？重点是可以见到麦克莫汉本人。我们要是不去，可是会被其他玩家看扁的。
我直接见暴雪元老，那确实得去啊！
不能让人看扁了啊！
你等我升装准备一下。这个样子你去见暴雪元老，谁敢看扁我啊？我可是卖掉暴雪的男人，
不会看扁你，看想扁你。
我都想扁你啊！
请问是 STN 老师吗？
我们来接你了。
出卖暴雪的男人来了，还专门请人欢迎本迪克。
就你是迪克是吧？迪克，我让你别打！
迪克断了，迪克断了，哎呀，迪克断了。拉拉本迪克，迪克还想再见暴雪一面，见你妹！见你妹！
我们现在已经来到杭州滨江园区了，它的中文译名确定了，无主星渊全球首次内部试玩的一次试玩会。你们看到这些物料或者是中文译名有些什么感受啊？
我觉得这个名字取得挺好的，要是他那个段位能叫传奇星奴，我会更开心。
下一个你，
我觉得他这个首款星际飞船团队设计游戏，哎，也就是我们星空不能多人，不然的话我们才是第一关。
现在呢，这个游戏披露的信息其实不算太多，等于说就是我们现在得知的信息跟屏幕面前你是同一个等级的。它具体怎么玩呢？具体体验是什么样子？那从这个视频开始，我们就可以继续了解这个游戏到底好不好玩，以及它是什么样的风格，以及 Mike Morhan 他们团队这么多年端出来这个作品到底是什么样的一个品质。看完这个视频，应该就知道个8、90了。走吧。我操，是麦克！快小子，把我准备东西，去！板子我签名。
哦，这个，哎，等一下，你先过去，他又不认识你，连他游戏都没玩呢，你跟他聊什么？我们要不先去玩一下？啊，先玩一下。
那我们现在干啥？
搜打车嘛，那肯定先收集点物资嘛。你看那边不是有个副本点吗？应该是可以进去搜刮的。
哦，所以每个星球副本任务都不一样是吧？啊，这次是站点任务。
我操，这个玩法我只能说让我想起了一个让我失去笑容的游戏：进攻目标点 A， 防守目标点 B。
不是我说你为什么非要让我们来试玩？你就是想骗我们跟你玩后 W 是吧？哇，好多东西啊！快拿！
好，那我拿这个炸包回去赶紧装上。
不是哥，那是中别人飞机上的呀。
哦，
我觉得这游戏比我想的好多了呀，我还担心这太空游戏我不喜欢呢。
那肯定好玩，你也不看是谁做的，对不对？曾经创造了暴雪巅峰时期那么多经典游戏的人做的。
主要我是觉得这个科幻风吧挺有味道的，感觉国内玩家接受度应该挺高的。
确实，我感觉自从这个《流浪地球》之后，大家也开始对这个科幻宇宙题材感兴趣了。
啊，不是我的意思是中国玩家都是看分儿长大的，这里面这么多小动物是吧？大家应该挺喜欢。
我觉得一个游戏好不好玩，第一眼是有没有你喜欢的角色，这个很重要。你有什么喜欢的角色没？
我感觉这个山羊就挺酷的，就有一种欧美那种 daddy 的感觉，特别的阳刚啊，非常的喜欢。
那我肯定喜欢这个呀！啊，
我还以为你喜欢是那个4手怪力啊，看你平时就玩宝可梦那么喜欢。
这么多年你是白跟小左相处了，他就是一个强度数值的美，是个淫魔，你知道吗？就是这个机器人它不需要氧气，而且还可以自动填充弹药，对于现在它来说是最有用的。
不是啊，我喜欢它，只是它是宇宙机器人。
不是，我感觉我有点没玩明白啊，就我们开飞船目的到底是啥呀？
我觉得它每个玩法之间虽然很多啊，但是其实并没有挨得那么紧，而且教程也相对比较明确。我觉得玩一把基本上都知道要干什么。你船长，你肯定就是把船开过去，把别人干翻，或者说提前拿到神器。我们提前离场的话，这一场也就赢了。但是拿到神器之后，我们船的位置会被全场通缉，这个时候也要做好战斗准备 ，ready for battle。
这我就懂了嘛，开飞船拿神器，这不就是我们星空吗？哎，我去，他这个开门没有加载，已经超越星空了，我靠！哎，那我屏幕上这个亮亮的是啥呀？
我操，这不是有人拿了神器了吗？你快去出口拦截他呀！
哎，船长怎么开的？
这个船好难
你看我哪？
你展箭刀在左边，怎么开到右边去了？
左上。
不是，我说了是那个地方，就是我要去的飞门，你们给我指哪儿去了？我靠！
快点
误导
快点！
船长！
哎，有人上船了！
我这前面挡风玻璃都被人干碎了，
干他！
哎，不是我屁股都被人偷了，你们干嘛呢？哎，完了，我们船着火了，我们要爆了呀！
怎么输了呀？这剪出去，观众会不会觉得我们很菜啊？
哎呀，没关系的，把菜的部分剪掉就好。
我这样看着确实不菜了啊，好很多哎。
先跟大伙汇报一下战绩。第一局我们毁掉了麦克的船，
线下单杀，
对，
暴雪
线下
创始人
单杀暴雪创始人。然后第二局我们应该是最肥的船，但是被偷了。然后我们总结了一下我们菜的地方啊，因为第二局有策划的加入，所以他们在跳帮这个环节特别的厉害。而且我们之间沟通还出现了一些失误，我们让船长往错误的方向飞了大概有3-4分钟，
差点发生了内讧。
怪谁呢？肯定怪船长，船长自己没主见，是别人说啥就是啥。你这样怎么当得好船长
啊？我的。
所以你可以发现这个游戏它的组成部分真的很多，虽然它整体的构架还是跟大逃杀类的游戏是有点相似的。大部分人开始去做的第一件事情就是去搜刮自己的战利品。这个战利品呢，其实是跟你的船强相关的，它不会像一般大逃杀游戏，就是你什么拿个3级甲、3级头，或者什么拿把枪或者是什么自蹦之类，没有这个东西。你拿到的战利品基本上都是
升级船，
都是给你船加一些装备啊，然后给你船加一些增益的东西。
所以总的来说，就是我觉得它比一般的大逃杀游戏好处的地方就是，第一，你不会因为自己死了而带来比较大的一个精神压力，
船在人在
这方面，我觉得要比其他的大逃杀游戏要轻松很多。副本这块，我觉得
玩法非常多样，
对，门槛更加低，玩法比较多样。我甚至看到了《守望先锋》的影子，有站点，有推车哦。
然后它还有一些那种修理，可以让那些新手很快的熟悉这些功能。
对，是的，相当于这个副本其实算是一个新手教程的一部分。总的来说，这个部分是确实上手门槛要低一些。虽然你第一次打开这个游戏，你会觉得好像有点复杂，但是你搜过2-3个本之后，就知道该干什么了。
我怎么有点觉得你不知道该干什么？
我一直在开船啊。
卡船长确实是个游戏的一个难点，
就当好船长，既需要你有一个极强的判断力，还需要有点操作。
比如说你选了一艘船，就正面有3门火炮，结果你只左舷对着他们，或者被他们咬着屁股。这个就很难受了，这个我觉得是这个游戏的第一个难点。
但这个游戏有个好处就是，它其实 TTK 相对来说还比较长，你至少要得挨2-3项攻击才会死。
是吗？我觉得刚刚我死的都挺快的，
因为那个时候你都没来得及反击就死了。
你上别人船，它相当于就是一个小的场景 FPS 了，你得熟悉这个船的构造，你不然就是绕半天还没熟悉你就被别人点了。还有就是资源调配，这个我觉得就是 loot 虽然都是 loot， 但是你到底要 loot 哪些东西，这个也是这一局里面大家一定要沟通清楚的。要拿护盾还是拿那个怎么推进资源，这个东西也要搞清楚，不然就是拿了一大堆你这个船根本用不了的这个资源，那其实等于说前面 loot 也都全白费了。我觉得这个游戏的快感大部分是来源于我们对于决策的执行这种比较抽象的快感，还有队友之间的情感交流这种，还有就是它道具和资源种类其实蛮多的，这个也是要花一定时间去熟悉。
我感觉就是这个游戏角色的技能还是太过于被动了。我个人是比较逃避型人格，你知道吗？不想跟别人正面冲突，我就可以去清点。但他清点，它不是一个特别枯燥的过程。 因为你一直是玩不同的游戏。
我觉得它特别适合那种就是什么种田那种，就开船那个感觉，看那边有啥资源，哎，这边拿一拿，那边缺点东西我就补一补，反正他们在外面玩嘛，我就去维护好这个家。30分钟一局的时间啊，可能我有20分钟
在唠嗑
吧。对我来说不好的一点就是，我觉得它那个船的操控真的需要适应一下。
最后一个问题就是，这个游戏如果投放到中国市场，它能吸引中国玩家的点在哪些？我觉得啊，第一个就是既定的那个目标人群，比如说盗贼之海会喜欢开船的人。另外一个就是可能你讲的那种，我就喜欢聊天，因为它确实上来 loot 不会有太大的那种压力，或者是击杀压力也好，或者说那个换自己升级装备压力其实不大。
我主要觉得就这种游戏特别适合宿舍玩，还刚好4个人。
还有一个就是，你觉得现在这个游戏要基于中国市场做哪些修改？
我觉得角色可以再好看一点。
我觉得这应该是我们3个都想说的。
多点什么好看的男人还有女人。
你现在如果要进入中国市场，最应该优化的是那个名字的随机，就船名随机，可以更有梗一点，你知道吗？像是流行啊，还有我们第一把那个霍库拉尼这种，就第一时间给你的情感冲击不是特别大。就是如果按我的命名风格，就我的船可能就是
你别来了，
不是，就爸爸的火箭。就很有压迫感，这个爸爸的火箭。
你这个船应该是大家第一个想砸的那种船。
爸爸的火箭向你开
上来就红名，
所有船集火，这个爸爸的火箭。是 ，Yes sir，Let's do it。网易也有参与嘛？他们给我们一个消息，就是他们会对其中的一些角色进行医美
化修改。
医美，他用的词是医美。
医美。
所以我觉得这方面大家还可以。期待一下。那接下来这个部分呢，就是不是我们的猜测了，而是从 Mike Mohan 本人口中得到的一些一手消息了，可能可以帮大家进一步了解这个游戏。如果你感兴趣的话，可能有人不知道，但他在我心里面就是暴雪黄金时代的神。
就是电子游戏之神。
我终于有机会对一个人说，我从小到大都是玩你的游戏的。Thanks for your time.
Yeah, of course.
I'm the big fan of your games.
Thank you.
Yeah. Earthfile and Storm Hear My Call is the lyrics of your song, right?
ETC.
Yeah, ETC. A-list Torrent Chieftain, right? Do you still play the bass in this band?
You know, our lead singer Sam DDA moved out of state, so we haven't gotten together for quite a long time.
Quite a long time.
But actually, Chris Siggety and Alan DeBerry are at Dreamhaven.
Do you still make the music together?
We haven't recently. Everybody's been so busy.
Okay.
But, you know, we talk about it, getting together.
Any plan to release some new songs?
We'll see how it goes.
Okay.
I probably won't be doing Blizzard songs anymore.
Okay. And interesting this day when you come to Hangzhou. Have you tried a famous dish called Westlake Winning Fish?
I did today for lunch.
How does it feel?
It was very good.
Very good?
Yeah. How should?
Okay. In local people's person, they think it's weird.
It's weird.
Yeah. When was your last time come to China?
It was probably 2017 or 2018.
2017. On what purpose?
Business. I was still at Blizzard.
I'm asking like a customer.
I was like customs. My visa still works.
Yes, it still works.
Because I had a 10-year visa, so it's still
welcome
good.
To China. So let's talk about Wildgate. Today is the ground zero we're playing this game. I know how to win and how to lose. Yes.
You won?
I destroyed your ship in the first game.
Oh, you? That was you?
Yeah.
Well, yeah, you guys destroyed us very well.
Because I found the health point of your ship is only
Too low.
Like 70 years.
I know.
We're hunting.
I tried to run away from you. I was the pilot. It is a team-based FPS.
Yeah.
You have a procedurally generated map, 5 ships in a game with crews of 4. And your crew is trying to find the artifact somewhere on the map and escape back through the wild gate with the artifact.
That's the final purpose.
Yes.
One of the final purpose.
That's right. Or just destroy the other ship. So it has elements of maybe ship-based battle royale. If your ship is destroyed, you're out of the match. If you're defeated, you'll just respawn back on your ship. So there's a ton of teamwork. There's a ton of strategy, strategic positioning of your ship.
Yes, and many gaming systems like shooting and looting and some
tower defensing even, I think.
Yeah.
Or royal battle.
But also exploration, map
Yes.
awareness is very important.
Yes.
Knowing where the other ships are, how powerful they are, whether it's smart to engage or to run away.
But we know the core assets of our players is the ship. Why do you choose the ship as the core assets in this game? It's much different from other battle royale games
Yeah.
or retreat games.
You know, I think really early on, the team made that as a strategic decision. They wanted the ship battles to be central to the gameplay. The way they think about it is the whole map is like a sandbox. The whole game is a sandbox with all of these elements that could, and tools that you could use in creative ways to try to defeat your opponents. And so they wanted there to be multiple ways to win the game, multiple strategies, so that you could be very creative with the tools that you're given.
What is this? They're sitting like, we can respond if our ship is not destroyed.
You know, I think that they thought about different ways of doing it. You know, one idea was, okay, what if every person only had one life? And would that be more fun or less fun? And there could be additional modes that we create, you know, over time,
Yes.
but really they've been iterating on this
Yes.
main mode of play with these victory conditions and really trying to balance that. Crazy things can happen.
Yes, crazy.
A big part of it, you know, of course, is boarding enemy ships and
Yes.
trying to disrupt them or take their stuff.
Yes.
Anything they can do to their ship, you can
Yes.
take off their ship and do to your own
we can
ship.
play the game more aggressively, right? There are many play systems in the Wildgate. Like this many system, will it make player confused, or which part is the most important?
I mean, that has been a challenge. They've really spent a lot of time trying to improve the onboarding experience for new players because there is a ton of stuff that you can
Yes.
do. We start you off with the characters that are simpler to play. So Venture doesn't require oxygen, the robot, so
Yeah.
he doesn't breathe air.
Our team is all of the robot. Because
Yeah, so a lot of people like playing that in the beginning, and then as you get more familiar with it,
Yes.
you know, there's oxygen in all the POIs. The other characters each have passive abilities that are also very useful.
Can you list some excitement moment in this game? The battleship or the looting or something? I think it's the battleship.
I think it's the battling. Yeah,
battling.
for sure. I mean, some of the games just go down to like the very last instant of the game where somebody's trying to get out the wild gate,
Yes.
you know, and this last match that we just played was one of those matches where I really thought we almost lost it because they had the artifact.
Yes,
they
yes.
were going out.
Yes.
We were, I had a laser ram. I was trying to destroy them. It was right on their tail, but I wasn't going to destroy them. They were going to make it out the gate, except one of my crewmates stole the artifacts, got it onto our ship right as we were able to
Yes,
get
in
out
this
the
game,
gate.
we are camping at the gate, but you guys come here
Yes.
directly and steal the artifacts, and then you guys win.
Yeah, I mean, and that was right at the very end
Yes, yes.
that happened.
I think Wildgate is a game that welcoming all kinds of the players, right?
Yes.
There's one question. Are the traditional FPS players, can they establish their advantages by the accuracy or the experience?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
FPS players have an advantage. So another story, you know, I play with my family, you know, and we have a ship and we go around. But when a very experienced FPS player gets aboard our ship, they can take out our entire crew. And we're like, oh my God, they're so good. You know, and we're walking around, we know somebody's on our ship. There's 3 of us. They're able to take all 3 of us out before you know, it takes us a while. That it matters.
And next question is, will the balance influenced by pro gamers or the...
Right.
Yes, because like Overwatch, the balance or the skills are changed by some pro gamers or...
I think like with any game, it's tricky, but the goal is we want this to be a fun game for players of all skill levels, which means it has to be fun for players at lower skill levels, and it also has to be fun and challenging for players at a very high skill level. One of the things that they've done in the design to help with that is having the different characters, some of which are simpler and easier to play, and some of which require higher skill to play.
Yes.
Some of the items that you can take in your loadout are much simpler, you know, having additional ammo or things, so you don't have to worry about that. So passive skills that just make the character simpler and easier to play, versus things that require items that are active and that require dexterity and planning and coordination.
Both the newcomers and the experienced gamers, they will find their way to play.
Yeah, we want exploration to continue to be a very important part of the game. Map awareness, exploration, harvesting ice and fuel.
Yes.
That's very important.
Yes,
it doesn't require as much skill, but it's critical. You need ice and fuel. Piloting requires a lot of skill, but doesn't require that you're a very good FPS player, right?
This mood of the game reminds me of Fortnite.
Yeah.
So is Wildgate a cooler Fortnite or unfulfilled dream in Blizzard?
We're trying to create a new, different experience. So I think it captures some elements that people love about Battle Royale, extraction, FPS, different things. I think it also has things that appeal to players that don't like some of those genres, but like co-op play.
So you guys are doing like find all the funny elements, combine them together and put them in the right sequence.
You know, you're not going to win most matches, you know, because most people are going to lose, right? And we still want it to be fun to go through that experience and still come away with interesting stories.
So the fun is the most important things in WoW.
Yeah, I think so.
Okay, let's talk about Dreamhaven, your new company. What's the most important value of this game company?
I think it comes down to our belief. Bringing people together in positive ways around gameplay is a very powerful experience. In order to do that, we want teams to feel like they're in control of their destiny, like they can care about what they're making and really craft it, and they have the agency to fix things that aren't working and the responsibility, you know, to listen to the feedback and all of that. Dreamhaven is set up to really empower our teams to be responsible for what they're doing, from game creation, from a business perspective, you know, because it's all related, you know, the business model, the game design, listening to player feedback, it's all connected. Not a situation where the game studios somehow feel subordinate to the business part of the company, where it's like, oh, the business part is trying to do something that's different from what the game teams are trying to do.
Let things be controlled by who is really developing the game.
That's right. They have to feel like they're in control, because if you take away the control, they don't have control. So, okay, well, tell me what you want me to do.
The next question is about the character design. Can we looking forward to some human-like characters, or where the aliens are keep coming?
That's not a human. I mean, not everybody is human. Everybody has access to the same weapons. That is, each character has its own passive abilities. So they'll have different things that they may be better at than other characters. But in terms of the loadout, they can all bring any of the things that you've unlocked.
So anything can be shared with us. What's the next of the plan? Because I think this version of the game is like 0 to 1.
We're going into our first big test period where they're going to be listening to a lot of feedback, and a lot of what we add to the game will be in response to the gameplay styles that emerge, which it's kind of still too early to say what that will be.
Okay, I got it. That's the last of the question.
Okay.
Thanks for your time.
Yeah, great questions.
Thanks
Thank
for
you.
your time. And can we take a picture?
Yeah.
Yeah. Thank you.